Here's an interesting reality we see all the time. Most South African millionaires, multimillionaires, are completely invisible. You wouldn't pick them out in the queue at Checkers or spot them at Spur having supper with their kids. They don't drive flashy cars and they don't talk about money all the time. They don't post business class flights or Mauritius holidays on Instagram. In fact, they're usually the people everyone underestimates.
And that's the irony, especially in South Africa. The people who look wealthy often aren't. And the people who are actually wealthy, they're quietly getting on with their lives.
So today we're unpacking 7 signs someone is secretly wealthy. Not so you can judge anyone, but because these habits are exactly what build real, lasting wealth over time.
If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Family Wealth Retirement Masterclass. Today I'm joined by two of my esteemed colleagues, fellow financial planners Cam Sondlo and Hugo Kloppers. And we're going to unpack one of the most critical topics we always talk about, and that's about what does real wealth mean. But before we get into it, just a quick reminder, as always, this video is for educational purposes only, and it doesn't constitute personal financial advice. Everyone's situation is different, so speak to a certified financial planner or a relevant professional before making any big financial decisions. So Cam, when you sit with clients who have quietly built up significant wealth, what is the one sort of key factor that you always first recognize?
So, Hardi, one of the clearest patterns is that they avoid what I call the 3 S's.
What's the 3 S's?
Well, it's salary, stuff, and showing off.
Showing off. That's an interesting one. All right. So yeah, tell us a bit more.
Secretly wealthy people don't talk about what they earn. Not their income, not their bonuses, not their latest deal. They don't need external validation because their sense of security doesn't come from what others think. When someone constantly talks about money, it's often a sign that they're still trying to prove something, either to the people around them or to themselves. The second S is stuff. Cars, watches, homes, holidays. Quietly wealthy people don't announce what things cost. You don't hear them say, "Do you know how much this car is?" Or, "This kitchen cost more than my first house." More often than not, that behavior points to leverage and debt, not real financial freedom. People who look wealthy often owe a lot. People who are wealthy usually don't. And the third S is showing off. Social media has made this far more visible. Business class boarding passes, champagne glasses, luxury holidays with inspirational captions. But genuinely wealthy clients are usually very low-key. They enjoy comfort and quality, just without the need for public approval. Real wealth doesn't need applause. It does not need to be seen to exist.
I think the takeaway from the first sign is simple. When you stop spending energy trying to look successful, you can redirect that energy into actually building real wealth. Less comparison, less pressure, and more margin. And over time, that's how quiet, sustainable wealth is created. So, Ihu, let's talk about something that's close to your heart: cars. When you look at clients who are financially secure and quietly wealthy, what do you notice about how they approach their vehicles?
One of the clearest patterns are that they treat cars as transport and not as a status symbol. They're far more likely to drive a reliable, paid-off car, often 5, 7, or 10 years old, even though they could easily afford something newer or more expensive. Quietly wealthy clients don't buy cars to impress other people. They buy cars that get them safely and comfortably from point A to point B. In South Africa, that often looks like a well-maintained Toyota, Ford, or VW. Dependable, paid off, and fit for purpose. They understand that the moment you drive a new car off the showroom floor, it starts losing its value fast. So depreciation is one of the biggest silent wealth destroyers. A new car can lose 20 to 30% of its value in the first year alone. And after 5 years, a large portion of that value is gone, whether you enjoyed the car or not. Quietly wealthy people understand this, which this is why they either buy cars after the steepest depreciation or simply keep cars for much longer than most people do. Instead of committing to a large monthly car installment, they'd rather keep fixed costs low, maintain flexibility, let surplus cash compound in investments. A 10,000 or a 15,000 Rand car payment doesn't just cost you today, it costs you in years of potential investment growth. People who look wealthy often drive expensive cars they can barely afford, but people who are wealthy often drive modest cars they could replace tomorrow, but choose not to. They'd rather be wealthy than look wealthy.
That distinction alone frees up incredible long-term wealth. So Cam, the third sign is one that's often overlooked and one that we seldom talk about. But what stands out for you here?
Well, what stands out is that quietly wealthy people absolutely do spend money, just not on the things most people notice. The biggest one is time. They understand that time is the one resource they can't replace, so they're intentional about buying it back. That might look like help at home, outsourcing admin, avoiding queues, or simplifying their day-to-day lives. You won't see this on Instagram, but you feel it in how calm and unhurried their lives are. They also spend on meaning, not image. Hobbies they genuinely enjoy. Experiences with family, things that add depth to their lives without needing an audience. Once basic needs are covered, they stop trying to keep up with anyone else.
I mean, we've seen this time and time again. When money buys you time, simplicity, and peace of mind, it stops being about the status and starts becoming a tool for a better life. So, Hugo, how does image play into all of this?
Quietly wealthy people are very aware of their image and deliberately understate it. If you ask how they are doing financially, you'll hear things like, we're comfortable, we're doing fine, we've been fortunate. They avoid specifics because they don't want money to define relationships. In South Africa especially, understatement also protects privacy, security, and peace of mind.
I mean, I agree. Here's the thing. Real confidence doesn't need to announce itself. So, Cam, we've seen this many times. Really wealthy people don't spend frivolously.
Quietly wealthy people are extremely intentional with small purchases. They'll research a 300 or 500 Rand item carefully, but when a necessary expense comes up, they act decisively. They understand the difference between wants and needs. That discipline compounds quietly over time.
It doesn't feel exciting in the moment, but over decades, it can make an enormous difference. Hugo, patience is one theme that seems to come up a lot.
It does, Hardi, and it shows up as delayed gratification. They don't rush into purchases. They wait, they think, and often they decide that they don't need the thing at all. Most people struggle to wait a day. Quietly wealthy people are willing to wait years. That patience shows up everywhere, not just with money.
Cam, let's end with housing.
Yes, many quietly wealthy people live in homes far below what they could afford. Not because they lack ambition, but because they value freedom more than appearances. Large homes come with hidden costs and expectations. Lower fixed costs means more flexibility, less stress, and more choice. That's real wealth. When you step back, a clear pattern emerges. Quiet wealth isn't about what you show the world. It's about control, flexibility, and peace of mind. If you recognize yourself in some of these signs, you may already be doing far better than you think. And if you didn't, the good news is these are habits you can start building at any stage of life.
If this conversation resonated with you and you'd like clarity on how these principles apply to your unique situation, we offer a complimentary exploration call. It's a relaxed, no-pressure conversation to help you understand where you are, where you're heading, and whether professional financial planning could add value to your life. You'll find the link to book a consultation in the description below. And then before you go, if you found this video helpful, we have a dream to impact as many South African retirees as we possibly can, and you can help this happen by liking this video, subscribing to the Family Wealth YouTube channel, and sharing it with friends or family members that are entering the next phase of their financial lives. Let us know in the comments which of these 7 signs stood out the most to you. Thanks for spending time with us. I'm Hardi Swart,
I'm Cam Sonjo.
I'm Hugo.
and this is Family Wealth. Keep investing into your future.